What is up? We are back, and week 3 of the 2020 NFL season is officially in the books.
Great reaction from Bennett. And wow.
But before we can take a look at week 4, there is some breaking news to cover first. With no bubble in the midst of a global pandemic, we knew it was unavoidable, but the first NFL COVID-19 outbreak is upon us. As of Tuesday morning, the Tennessee Titans have reported that the organization has a total of 8 positive COVID tests. 3 of those were players themselves, 5 of them were personnel. It sounds very scary just because we don't know what implications could come out of this that could affect the rest of the season. However, on the bright side, the Titans did play the Minnesota Vikings, and so far the Vikings have had 0 positive tests. Both the Titans and the Vikings have closed their facilities. The Titans have said that they are not reopening until Saturday, and the Vikings are waiting until all tests come back and everybody is negative before they return to in-person work. However, both teams are working remotely for the time being. While this is super unfortunate, the bright side is the virus does not seem to be rapidly spreading throughout the league. Hopefully we can keep it contained in the Titans organization and everybody remains safe and has a speedy recovery. The Titans are set to host the Pittsburgh Steelers at home in Nashville this Sunday. However, as of now, no decision has been made regarding the outcome of that game, so that is something that we will have to keep our eye on. As of now, this seems to be a best worst case scenario. I am wishing all Titans players and personnel a speedy recovery and hoping that the rest of the organization can remain safe. However, no positive cases in Minnesota does bring me a glimmer of hope, and it shows me that the protocols that the NFL did set in place are working. And yes, I am secretly wishing that we can see this Titans-Steelers matchup this weekend, because the Titans offense against the Steelers defense, I think it would be such a beautiful game. However, we do not want to see that until everybody is safe and healthy, of course, because that is our #1 priority. A COVID outbreak in week 3 sounds like it should automatically just be horrible news, which it is. However, it seems to be beautifully under control. So it's horrible news with a silver lining, which is actually like a perfect segue into my next topic. I'm kind of impressed with myself. Jets fans, going into week 4 without a win sucks. Let me tell you, I feel your pain. I know exactly what you're going through. However, it is in your best interest to pray that you get absolutely rolled over in Thursday Night Football, because then it will guaranteed be the end of Adam Gase, which is what you desperately need. Sources have confirmed that if there is a loss in prime time Thursday Night Football this week, that the Jets organization will fire Adam Gase. And that is not a maybe, it's not a might. It is concrete. He will be fired. This is what we've been waiting for. I'm not even a Jets fan, and I am so excited for you guys to finally get this guy out. I don't even know who your head coach will be. I don't know if they're planning on bringing somebody in already. However, I do know that I think this will be the beginning for the Jets organization. I feel like Sam Darnold will finally be able to show his potential under a new coach. Is it a little weird and a little uneasy to fire a coach 4 weeks into the season? Yes, it opens a lot of questions, but realistically, you guys are probably going to start 0-4, so at least maybe you can start putting together something for the end of this season, so that by next season, you actually have a chance. Gase is 0-3 for the 2nd year in a row. And not only has he lost the first 3 games this season and last season, reports are saying that he's lost total trust in the locker room. I think the Jets' only chance is to get rid of this man. I think the Jets' only chance is to get rid of this man. Now, on another note, if he wins this game, if the Jets come out and beat the Broncos, which is super unlikely, but honestly, with the way the season's going, who even knows? I don't know what that means in regards to this statement. Is it the next game that he loses, he's fired? Do the Jets have to go undefeated for Gase to keep his job? I don't know. But realistically, you're gonna lose either way and you'll get the guy out. So I think this is good news. I think this is very good news for Jets fans. However, I have absolutely zero good news for Eagles fans. I got nothing. I can't come up with anything good. So there's that. I can't find a silver lining. I can't find a glimmer of hope. I can't find any of it. I have nothing. Carson Wentz is legitimately actually the worst starting quarterback in the entire league right now. And that's not my personal opinion. I actually try to defend him as much as I can because I respect him. I still think he's our guy. But he is literally the worst starting quarterback in the entire league right now. And that's like numbers, statistics and numbers, they don't lie. That is just how it is right now. Even with that information though, Doug Peterson has said he will not bench Wentz for Hurts. Wentz is their guy. Benching him would be a knee-jerk reaction and they are not going to do it. I don't know if they realize how bad things actually are right now. They seem very calm, which scares the living crap out of me. I don't know if they're watching like what's going on the field, but like it's painful. It's painful to watch the Eagles right now. From someone that has to get put on Laffy gas to get her teeth cleaned, I would rather get a root canal than watch the Eagles right now. It hurts that bad. Like my soul is just crushed week after week. Like last week they said the sky wasn't falling. This week we tie with the Bengals. The sky is officially falling. We are now the stars of Chicken Little.
The end of the world as we know it.
But while Wentz might not be getting benched, Mitch Trubisky did. Matt Nagy has benched his 2017 second overall pick for 31-year-old backup quarterback legend, Nick Foles. Trigger warning for Falcons fans, I'm about to talk about the 16-point lead you had in the third quarter before Nick Foles was put in and you blew it, so just wanted to give you some time to process before I just threw that at you. Trailing by 16 in the third quarter, Mitch gets benched and Nick Foles comes out like the miracle worker that he is and ends up winning 30-26. My mom actually showed me a video of a man wearing an Eagles jersey angrily packing up his suitcase and storming out the door, telling his wife that he's going to Chicago to get his quarterback. And I just have to say to that man, can you pick me up on the way and take me with you because I am on your side? Nick Foles is to remain the starter of the Chicago Bears until further notice. And I just have to say it, the Bears are 3-0. Now, yes, it is still very early. There is a lot of season left. However, I've experienced a Nick Foles miracle season before. So, to the Bears and Bears fans, I just have to say you guys are very lucky. Okay. All right, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Are you fine? I'm fine. I'm fine. I promise. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about what might happen in week 4. But before we do that, let's look how week 3 ended with Monday Night Football, Chiefs and Ravens. I think everyone believes that this game should be a preview of the AFC Championship game. However, the Chiefs kind of just rolled over the Ravens. It didn't seem to be that hard for them. Lamar Jackson, who is 21-1, with the rest of the NFL, is 0-3 against the Chiefs. He even came out saying that the Chiefs are their kryptonite.
Lamar, how do you get over as a team the hurdle of the Chiefs, where it seems like they're the one team that...
kryptonite.
Yeah.
However, I would not hit the panic button on the Ravens just yet. They are playing Washington next week, which should be a very easy win for them. But there are a couple of teams that I am beginning to hit the panic button on. And we're going to start with the 0-3 Minnesota Vikings. Last week, I gave this team a very stern talking to, hoping, praying that they would come out and get their first win. This team is too good to be 0-3. And yet, here we are in a division where you also have the Packers absolutely trucking over every single team that they come across. For the Vikings to start off this bad, it's scary. I would hit the panic button, and at this point I am saying I would be very shocked if they make it to playoffs. Furthermore, the Texans are also 0-3. If you didn't regret giving up DeAndre Hopkins in week 1, then I bet you're starting to regret it a little bit now. Looking at the Vikings could easily be 3-0. So I'll give the Texans this. They have had a very tough schedule to start off the season, playing the Chiefs and the Ravens back to back, arguably two of the best teams in the entire league, if not the two best teams in the entire league. And then to take on the Steelers, who I don't think anybody expected to come out as strong as they are this season. But still, when you are Deshaun Watson, the second highest paid quarterback under Patrick Mahomes, you should be able to beat the Steelers. You should not go 0-3. Luckily for both of these teams, they are playing each other this weekend. So it will be either the Vikings or the Texans that are no longer winless after this weekend. But for both of these teams to make it to this point where they are relying on another winless team to get their first win, and yes, going into week 4, it's time to start panicking. It's time to get your crap together, because other teams that we didn't expect are gonna start to run away with this thing. And another team that's 0-3 that should literally not be 0-3 in the slightest, the Atlanta Falcons. Your offense is undeniable. You have a great offense. Your ability to put up points is there. It's apparent. It's visible. But your ability to keep a lead, on the other hand, to blow a 20-point lead and a 16-point lead in back-to-back weeks is disgraceful. For them to do anything with their season, this has got to stop. The Falcons are grounded. I'm putting them in timeout to try and teach them a freaking lesson. I don't know what happens. I don't know if they get these strong leads and then they get comfortable, but with their history, they shouldn't get comfortable anyway, but it's fine. I won't go there. Actually, I'm going there. We're here. We're having this conversation. It seems like the Falcons get comfortable and other teams get motivated, and they've got to get it together. I'm panicking about the Falcons. And this last one, I wish I wasn't panicked about, but I kind of am. The 1-2 Chargers. The only reason I'm even really panicked for them is because in their division, that race for a second place spot is going to be so competitive. The Chiefs are going to take the division. There is absolutely no doubt about that. But between the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos, it honestly feels like a toss-up right now. And Justin, who I absolutely adore, has come so close to winning his first 2 games, but he hasn't been able to actually pull through. They have been heartbreaking losses, like so close. They are right in it. They just run out of time. Next week they take on the Buccaneers. It seems like Justin will be starting again. Tyrod Taylor is still going to be out with a punctured lung, and I am hoping that he can pull off his first win ever against Tom Brady, because that would be really cool. That would actually be really cool. So we will see what happens in that game. He literally almost beat the Chiefs, so I wouldn't put it past him to come out and beat the Buccaneers. I just wouldn't. I believe in him. I have faith. However, I will close this off by giving you my guaranteed lock of the week, and I bet you could probably honestly guess who it is. I didn't get to talk about the Packers at all in this video, so of course I am guaranteeing them to win over the winless Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta will probably start off 25-0 and then end up losing 63-25. So that was horrible of me. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.